day, and I feel like shit. My throat's all messed up. It's like a good conjunction. And I got like a sinus infection or whatnot. So I'm gonna pound the crap out of it because the show goes on regardless if you're sick or not. And I had a really rough night last night, but no excuses. When it comes to, you know, deadline dates, it's like it's now or never, because what happens on that day, it's going to be the work up until that day. So it's going to be beast mode today. All right, I'm going to start out with a HQ line. It's an inner and outer machine, but I'm going to do wider, focus more on the outside of the chest. When it's a closer press, it's going to focus more on the inside. So this is going to be my first starting exercise, but I'm going to warm up about 15 warm-up sets, just get blood flowing. I'm going to do that probably about 3-4 times, because a warmer muscle contracts harder than a cold muscle. So when I do this, I put this in the baseline of my hands right there. As you can see, it's stained. My hand looks like crap. It's because that's with the wheelchair. I'm going to place this in the bottom part of my hand, and I'm going to keep the elbows out. So whenever I do this, I'm going to place this in the base of the hand right here, not up here, because you're actually going to like twist your wrist when you do that. So I'm going to keep the shoulder blades back, and I'll go in depth in the next exercise. I'm just going to warm up about 15 more sets or so. And when I do this, it's going to probably look like I'm not going to go full range of motion. I'm going to actually have the short range of motion. Because when I bench press, I keep the shoulder blades back and I'm pressing like this. This is actually a small range of motion, not like this. Whenever you press forward like this, you actually take your shoulder out of place. And when you do this, you actually take the emphasis off your chest and rotate it into your shoulders. So I'm going to keep my shoulder blades back the whole time, pressing. So everybody's going to criticize me and judge me and say, Nick doesn't do a full range of motion. He'll push a lot of weight and all this stuff. But it emphasizes the chest the most. You know? So, all right, it's time to do this. This is my first set here. We got 4 plates on here. And when I press it, I'm really concentrating on the chest, not so much pressing with the shoulder nor the triceps. I'm trying to get a squeeze. So I don't have to, I'm not going to go full range of motion, because this is going to be a shorter stroke like I talked about. So it's about pushing up weight, but it's also time under tension. So I don't really care about going full range of motion actually, because I don't want to, the top part of the lockout is actually like shoulder, and the bottom part is mostly triceps. So I'm going to stay in this like middle range right here, which I consider this chest zone. So that's what I'm going to focus. I'm going to train in the chest zone extremely heavy for my first exercise. I've done warmed up a bunch, so now it's time to go down. And I'm not going to start out super heavy. I'm going to go a lot heavier, but this is again like working up to get heavier. See, that's like a chest zone. Elbows out, so you can still control it. Lightweight. Going into my second set, it's like, well, how much time should you like wait between sets? Well, it really varies on what your goals are. Like, I'm trying to build my body up, so I'll rest between 60 to 90 seconds. More so a feel. I feel it in my body when I'm ready to go. And it's like, if you go too soon, you're not going to be able to push yourself that hardest, because you're going to be still exhausted from the previous set. And it's more like cardio doing it like that, so you won't be able to lift as heavy. Now for those who wait like 5 minutes plus, that's more like powerlifting style, where it's 1 rep all, you give it everything you got. So give it about 60 to 90 seconds between sets, and from then you'll be able to understand what your happy medium. It's really figuring out like your happy medium. So bumped it up, 1 more 45 on each side. So elbows back, shoulder back, the grip, align myself on here, I keep my abs sucked in, tight, and I'm ready to do my job. do the work. This is my third set, same way. I'm getting a good pump with this, and then for the next one, I'll pump it up. My fourth set, so I'm gonna go 6 plates on each side. Again, I'm not gonna compensate my form, what people probably think I'm cheating anyway, but I'm gonna push the weight up as many reps as I can, no more than 12 if I can get this. When you talk about the 8 to 12 rep range, so you train a lot in the 12 rep range, but then if you decide to go super heavy, I don't know if that was like 7.5 to close to 8, 8.5, whatever. But that's the whole point of that. So off to the next exercise. The second exercise I'm gonna do is bench press in the Smith machine. So this is technically called a Smith machine bench press. Now, if you notice, the bench is flat. So this is going to focus more on the flat, the middle part of the chest, whereas the previous machine I did, it was at an incline. So when you actually incline it, it's going to work on more of the upper chest. And if you incline it even more like this, then you start doing a shoulder press. So it depends on the angle. So if I set this up at its decline, it's going to hit more of the lower portion of my chest. So, and as for like, why do the Smith and not just a regular bench press? To be honest, I haven't did bench press for about 2 years plus. I find it actually more beneficial to actually do the Smith machine than the regular bench press. And then you're probably looking at me and thinking, well, why is that? It's like that don't make sense because everybody talks about doing a bench press. With Smith machine, I can go as heavy as I want, and as long as I'm focusing on the chest, that it's going to develop my chest completely. And I can go heavier with more confidence, knowing that I don't need a spotter. And on top of that, I always set safety harnesses, which even if I get stuck, like this will stop right here so I won't squish myself. So in my mind, I can train heavier, longer, with more efficiency than just doing a bench press. So that's my feedback, you know, and everybody has their own 2 cents, so that's mine. Set number 1. Right here. So where it's like the rough and smooth, some people like, oh, go as wide as you can for bigger chest. I don't believe that. That's if you're doing powerlifting. There's different techniques of that. I do my thumb right here, and I'll keep my elbows out. And that's a stronger position. Take the shoulders back. Well, how much do you bench? I'm not here to be like, how much do I bench? I don't really care how much I bench press. All I care about is like how much I look like I can bench press. And that's the bottom line. Because me personally, I'm going to be a bodybuilder, not a power lifter. 2 totally different things. That was years ago when I did powerlifting competitions. Round 2, 3 plates. Let's play in the big rep range now. gonna do a little Rocky, Eye of the Tiger. See if that helps me keep me fit. Instead of like going up weight and stuff, what the average person would do. Okay, I think I got like 9 reps last time. So I'm gonna instead of putting 345s and 25, I'm gonna bump it back down to just 345s, and I really want to rep it down. That's what I'm feeling. I want to feel like a pump. Just try to aim for 15. If we can get more, that'd be awesome. We're gonna do this. That's what I'm feeling. Again, it's not about weight, it's about time and retention, but it is about weight. Kind of contradicts itself, huh? Oh, my chest is tight. Next up is a decline Smith machine bench press. Basically, as you can see here, I put a box underneath the Smith machine. So now I lift the bottom part up and my head's more of a decline. So just like a regular decline, that's what this is. So this is going to be focusing more on the lower part of the chest. And then move these safety harnesses up. Now a lot of people don't set safety harnesses, and to be honest, it's just stupid. Because if you have one slip, one mishap, it's gonna crush you, and you're gonna wish that you had them. So always, always focus on your safety first. So this is gonna be my first working set on exercise number 3. I'm like a decline, which means my head's lower than my legs. I'm doing 15 reps today for some reason. The previous set when I was doing it, I felt something in my chest. So I'm not going to go up weight. I'm going to stick to 3 plates. I'm going to do second set with the same amount. I'm not feeling the whole, let's increase the weight, so I'm just going to keep it at 3 plates last set. It just doesn't feel right, but I feel enough tension, so I'm just going to stick with it. It's all about feel. That's my This is the pec deck. So for doing this, I'm gonna place this handle in the base of my hand right here. And a lot of people just bring it together. The key here is to actually keep the elbow up. So when you're doing this, your arm should be parallel to the ground, meaning don't drop the elbow too low or too high. It should be like you're gonna clothesline somebody. Because if you're gonna clothesline somebody, if you clothesline like this, you're at your weakest. And you don't clothesline people like this, you're gonna like tear your shoulder up. Your strongest position is having your fist that's behind your elbow supported. So this is the type of slide that we're wanting on pec deck. Regardless what it is, our fist should be basically parallel to our elbows. So that's what we're looking at. So anybody that does any sort of pec deck, if they're dropping their elbow, they're twisting, they're gonna be twisting, putting a lot of pressure on the shoulders. And you're actually in a weaker position because your elbow's not supported by your hand. Basically, you're stronger. See, this is weak. Support your wrist with your elbows. See my elbows? Shoulder blades back. Round 2. Squeeze the chest. Spread the chest. Squeeze it. Concentrate.